Good afternoon, everybody. Moadim Lesimcha, and welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you, as always, by Lay of the Land and hosted by me, Rolene Marks. Now, some of you might be asking, what am I doing here with my beautiful blue and white Israeli flag? Well, today is D's Day, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about that in a few minutes. But we start off our broadcast with heartbreaking news, and that is shortly after yesterday's broadcast, news broke that Lucy D. Leah Bat Zipporah, the mother of Maya and Rina of blessed memory, who were murdered in cold blood when a Palestinian terrorist opened fire at them at close range, causing their car to crash while they were en route to the Sea of Galilee, the Kinneret, has passed away. Rabbi Leo D., speaking shortly afterwards, said that his family of 7 had now become a family of 4. The rabbi also addressed the media, saying that he calls on all Israelis, anybody who makes the distinction between good and evil, right and wrong, and sees the point-blank shooting of 3 beautiful young women in the prime of their lives at close range as terrorism, please to post pictures of themselves with Israeli flags or Israeli flags to their social media and use the hashtag D's Day. So here I am with my flag on behalf of all of us at Lay of the Land, supporting the D family in their time of grief. The rabbi also went on to say that the 10th of April every year should be D's Day. It's a day that we take the time to distinguish between what is right and what is wrong. His strength, his bravery is absolutely remarkable at a time where we cannot fathom the grief of a family who just laid to rest their 2 beautiful daughters, and now in a short while at 2 p.m. Israel time will bury the heart and soul of their family, their beloved mother and wife, Lucy. The family also made the decision to donate Lucy's organs, and the National Transplant Association had announced a short while ago that at least 5 people have benefited and had their lives saved by the selfless act of a truly remarkable lady. May the memories of Lucy, Maya and Rina be forever blessed. Last night, Prime Minister Netanyahu from the Kikar, from Army headquarters, addressed the nation about the current security situation. Opening his speech, the Prime Minister chose to blame the rise in terror and the recent rockets on the previous coalition government, and went on to blame the opposition and their signing of the maritime agreement with Lebanon last year. The Prime Minister also spoke about how Assad will pay a heavy price for allowing the firing of rockets into sovereign Israeli territory from Syria, and also stated that the National Guard will not fall under Itamar Ben-Gvir, the National Security Minister, who's a highly divisive figure here in Israel, but will fall under one of the security organizations. He also reiterated that he is reinstating Yoav Gallant as the defense minister, saying the two will put aside their differences. Now, shortly after the speech, the opposition from last coalition, Benny Gantz, said that whining does not make leadership, and Naftali Bennett, the former prime minister, said that the prime minister's speech was anti-leadership. Meanwhile, tens of thousands of Israelis took to the streets of Tel Aviv soon after to protest the prime minister, who they said was using divisive language. Recent polls conducted by several Israeli television stations as well as newspapers have shown a marked decline in support for Benjamin Netanyahu and his coalition government. Channel 13 conducted a poll in which it was revealed that should Israel go to elections today, the person coming out the winner would be Benny Gantz and his National Unity Party, with an estimated 29 seats. Coming in at a close second will be Yair Lapid and his Yesh Atid faction, and coming in third would be Prime Minister Netanyahu and his Likud faction. Meanwhile, on the subject of the opposition leader Yair Lapid is in the United States at the moment. He landed yesterday and will meet with US Jewish leaders. The aim of his visit is to try and repair fractured relations between US Jewry and the State of Israel following the announcement of the intentions to overhaul the Supreme Court. In his address speaking to them, Lapid said that governments come and go, but the State of Israel remains, and that they must not condition their support of the State of Israel. Meanwhile, the plans to overhaul the Supreme Court are currently on hold until the Knesset sits again next month. And finally, we end with some good news, and Welsh actor Luke Evans and his husband and some friends have been visiting the State of Israel. They've taken to social media to post about their visits in and around Tel Aviv, including visits to the market, playing backgammon or sheshbesh, as we call it here, and have completely ignored any social media backlash. Another big star who has also visited recently is Viking star Catherine Winnick. She played Lagertha, the Viking shield maiden. She shared pictures of her bucket list wish, which was to float by the Dead Sea, something she has fulfilled. So if you are on social media, especially on Instagram at the moment, if you see Luke Evans or Catherine Winnick, show them some love, because they've been the recipient of some really foul backlash from the anti-Israel establishment. So that brings us to the end of today's Israel Brief. There won't be a brief tomorrow because it is the last day of Pesach, but we will return on Thursday because Israel marks a day less than the diaspora. And in the meantime, if you want to check out our website, you can find us at www.layoftheland.online. Our Facebook page is at Luttel Site. We have proudly displayed our Israeli flags. Our YouTube channel is at the Israel Brief. Like us, subscribe to us and share our content. And we're on Twitter at Lay of the Land 5. I'm Rolene Marks, wishing you all a wonderful rest of your Chag. And don't forget to share your picture of your Israeli flag with the hashtag #ThesDay.